I'm so excited to say that we have our very first eyeshadow palette review of 2026, and it's going to be with the brand new Nomad Cosmetics Latin Quarter palette. So you guys want to see what this palette's all about, the price points, what type of eye looks to create, and is it actually worth it? Well, then definitely keep watching. Alrighty, so you guys already know that when I'm zoomed in, we just dive right on in. So I'm so excited because Nomad Cosmetics sent over their brand new Latin Quarter Paris palette. Now it says right here that this palette is set in the late 1800s. Paris' Latin Quarter bloomed into a haven for artists, students, dreamers. Winding streets and dim cafes pulse with creativity, debate, and artistic passion. By day, ideas were argued. By night, poets and painters chased beauty in candlelit garnets. More than a place, it was a way of life. So the palette is going to be a mix of artistic hues shaped by the past and present, creating pulse of Paris Latin Quarter. This palette opens with bright romantic colors for youthful optimism. It has effervescent pinks, delicate violets, incandescent reds. These transition into somber shades of hardship and tragedy, tarnished greens, yellows, ashen grays, and melancholic deep blues. There's going to be 10 mattes, 6 shimmers, and 2 multi-chromes. They are proud to support the Foundation de France, a leading philosophy network in France with a desire to act for a better world. Now, this palette actually does retail for $59. You guys can use code Allie to save you guys 10%. And it's going to be launching on Monday, January 12th around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, I'll have all the details about this palette down below. But I am so excited because I absolutely do love Nomad Cosmetics. They are such a wonderful indie brand. They're probably one of the nicest indie brands. Like, I'm not kidding. I have said this so many times on my channel. Nomad Cosmetics is probably one of the nicest indie brands, and not only are they super nice to their creators, but they're incredibly supportive of their beauty community. They support such small and micro influencers, which I absolutely love. But not only that, they absolutely support other indie brands. I see them consistently liking other indie brands' posts. I see them commenting on other indie brands' posts. They don't view it as a competitive space. They view it as an everyone is welcome to be here space, and that's one of the reasons why I love Nomad. So this is going to be the Latin Quarter palette right here. It actually has a different name. It's like Paris La Boheme, but I really suck at names, if you guys can't already tell. So we're just going to call it the Latin Quarter palette because that's what it says on here. So this is the palette right here. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw the color story, I was like, okay, like what can I do? Because it kind of looks like a mix of light and dark. And then I was like, you know what? After reading the description, it kind of makes sense. You know, you have your daytime for arguing, but you have your nighttime for your poetic and artistic desires to come forth, which I actually really do like. So I'm just going to do something pretty easy today. I don't want to do anything super, super dramatic, but I definitely want to play with some of the pinks and some of like the diarrhea greens. Cause like, I don't know. It's just like calling my name for some reason. It's just like calling my name. So I'm going to go into, let's see. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Philosopher. And we're going to put that into my crease area. And we're going to probably blend that out with the shade called Art. I want to do pinks and like diarrhea greens. Because that's just like the vibe that I'm going for today. It's like, it's just what I'm kind of like feeling. You know, so funny is I have never been to France. I've actually never traveled internationally unless you count going on a cruise, but that's mostly to the Caribbean. So I've never actually been over to any of the European countries. I've always wanted to go, and yes, Paris has been on my bucket list, but like not so much Paris, more so just like France as a whole, because my husband is really into wine, and he is going for his level 2 sommelier. He's a level 1 and he's going for his level 2, which means he'd be incredibly knowledgeable about wine. And there's a place in France that he really wants to travel to that has a lot, and it's not Champagne, France. It's actually like a beautiful place that has wonderful like wineries that he wants to go to. I think it starts at the end. I'm not entirely sure, but every time we mention like traveling over to England to go visit my sister, he's like, oh, then we'd have to stop over in France. We can go to this place for like this winery, and I cannot for the life of me remember what the name is, but that's definitely something I would love to do. Because if you guys did not know, my sister, she does live in England. She's lived in England now for over 5 years, and she actually just gave birth to my beautiful nephew. And it's gonna be so crazy because my other nephew, he's 19 years old, and he grew up here, right? He grew up here. So now I have a new nephew, And it's gonna be weird because like my other nephew, my older nephew, he has an American accent, but like my younger nephew, he's gonna have an English accent. And it's gonna be so cool to like hear the difference between the two. You know what I mean? Because like I can't help it. Whenever I talk to my sister on the phone, my sister still has her American accent, but she does throw in some like English phrases, or she has like a little bit of like an English twinge to her accent, which is just hilarious because like she was born here in the United States, but she says some things where she kind of sounds a little bit like she's from England, and it's probably because of her husband. So it'd be really fun to see like, you know, them talking, because like sometimes when I talk to my sister, I am notorious, like, and I don't mean to, it's never meant for like disrespect, but I am that person. I love accents. I think accents are just so appealing to listen to. So whenever anyone has an accent, especially when I was a server, oh my god, I need to be like, where are you from? Like, tell me all about your country. I love learning where people are from. I love learning about their tradition and their country, and I just get so excited. Okay, I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Art. I get so excited, right? So excited. So whenever I talk to my sister or my brother-in-law and I hear them use a little bit of like an English accent, I start to mimic an English accent, not because I'm trying to be rude, but because I really just love the accent. My favorite accent in the entire world is the Scottish accent. I like melt when anyone from Scotland starts talking. I'm just like, oh, like, keep talking to me, especially if you want to talk dirty. You know what I mean? Like, I can't help it. Like, I melt at a Scottish accent, which is so funny because a lot of people don't always think that it's like, I don't know, the most appealing, but I find it incredibly appealing. But working as a server at Disney for so long, I got to come across a wide array of accents. And it's just so fascinating just to hear the different like dialects and how certain words are spoken with the accents, that I would be like sitting there talking to them and I would be like, oh, how do you say that? And I'd want to say it with them because I'd want to just learn how to, I guess, move my mouth in that way. I don't know. I just find accents to be so appealing. I love listening to different accents around the world. And I don't, if I ever come out with like if I ever like start to, I'm going to say mimic because it's not the right word, but if I ever start to like, I guess, impersonate the accent, it's just because I'm inspired by it. Some people think it's like rude. I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm so sorry. I just think the accent just sounds so appealing. Like, I feel like I have such a boring, bland accent, you know what I mean? But like, I know to other countries we have an accent, but I feel like we don't. I feel like our accent's just so bland and boring, unless like you're Southern or you're from California, or if you know you're up from like in the New England area, like those ones have, like, those people have different accents. But I feel like just down here, I don't know, I feel like we have such a basic, boring accent. It'd be fun to have a unique accent. It out so beautifully. Like, that is so pretty. Like, so pretty. Okay. I'm going to go into the shade. What do I want to go into? Do I know what I'm going to go into? I don't know. A lot of times I try to somewhat plan my look, but then like there's other times I just kind of like wing it. Is that the best philosophy? No, it's not. But for today, it's going to work. So I really kind of want to play with this shade right here called Destiny. It's like this doo-doo diarrhea green. I mean, granted, my poops never look like that, but like I definitely see some baby poops look like that. It just looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. So I just want to take that and I just want to tap that right here. I don't know if these colors are going to complement each other, but you know what? It's all about the creativity. That's what this palette's about. It's about creativity. You know what I mean? I also recently did a Pantone color of the year, and I asked you guys what type of content you guys want to see, and quite a few of you guys asked me to do like brushes and like do in depth about brushes or how to maintain brushes. Y'all, I am the last person you want to ask to do that because I suck at like washing my own brushes. I think the person that would probably give you the best tips on how to properly maintain brushes would probably be Heather Austin. She literally is amazing at taking care of her brushes and washing them on a daily basis. She has to remind me and a few of her other friends to wash our brushes more often because like I suck at it. It's just, I don't know, I find it to be such a tedious task. I'm just like, oh, last thing I want to do. I do them, but I hate doing them. Okay, so I just want to do, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're just going to go into, let's see, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Poverty. Okay, this is a beautiful duochrome. Let me show you. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so right there, it's not showing up. Let me grab my mirror. See that slight shift? It's so pretty. I hope this all comes out the way that I want it to, but we shall see. I don't know. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. That is such a pretty shade. Oh, I wish you guys could see it for how truly beautiful it is on the lid. I wish I had like one of those cameras that just show the color for what it truly is. But I have such an old camera. A lot of you guys ask me what kind of camera I use. I do have, I think in my description, linked for the most part what my equipment is. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my equipment is so outdated. Like the camera that I'm filming on is the very first camera I ever bought for my YouTube channel. And I didn't even buy it for myself. My husband bought it for me. It's a Canon Rebel T6i. They don't even make this one anymore. Like, they don't even make this particular camera anymore. This was just like a special that was like a $500 special, and they don't even make it anymore. And I wish that I could get a better camera. It's just expensive. That's like the last thing I want. That's like the number one thing I do, and I, you know, eventually invest in myself is like a better camera. But that's just gonna take time. I'm just gonna kind of blend this a little bit this way, because I want you guys to be able to see how beautiful that is. Okay, right next to that, I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Musician. This is another duochrome. This goes between like a yellow to purple to green, and I just like it would really complement this eye look. So let's hope that these, like, see how that would like kind of pull. So let's hope this kind of goes together. I'm kind of eyeballing it here. I'm guessing. I'm trying to just be creative. So I'm gonna start to put this right here. In person, I could see the shift better. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me, if I could do like, you guys can see the way that it kind of shifts. Okay, that's really pretty. All right, then I'm going to go into this beautiful shade right here called Love. This really kind of drew my attention when I first opened this palette. Like, it is so beautiful, like a baby pink. Like, that is actually really pretty. And I'm going to put this, like, right here. It looks bland just by looking at the camera. Like, it absolutely does. In person, I could see the shift a lot more. But I wanted to go something for a little bit less intimidating. Like, I know they have bright, bold colors in here, which I can definitely play with. However, I wanted to show that you can definitely utilize this palette for more, like, everyday use. And it doesn't always have to be these big, bold, glamorous looks. Like, it could be something a bit more simplistic to do. And that's what I was kind of going for. But I feel like it's just not translating really well here on camera like I wanted it to. Like, you can kind of see the shifts. I just don't know if it's the right combination. I just don't know how I'm feeling about the eye look. That's my only thing. Like, it looks really pretty. It does. Do I trust the process? That's the question. Do I trust the process? What I was about to ask, what do you guys think? I don't know. You guys can't answer me right now. You know what? I'm gonna trust the process. I could go into deeper colors, but I really don't feel like playing with deeper colors. I want to do something more light and more like user friendly and like more wearable every day. So what I was kind of going for, and I just don't know if it's translating really well on camera. And I'm kind of, look at that. Look at this. Look at my baby hair. Look at that. Ugh. I'm kind of stressing about this. All right, let me think on this. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back for round 2. We're back for round 2 because I don't know. I was feeling it, but like I wasn't feeling it. Like, it just wasn't the vibe that I was going for. So we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna do kind of similar colors, but we're just gonna switch it up. So I'm gonna go into this page, this shadow called Paris. Why I said page, I have no idea. I'm gonna go into this right here, and we're just gonna put this in our like outer B area. Let's hope this works. Like, I have a vision. I just don't know if these are just going to come to fruition. We shall see. See, I'm like one of the few creators. I know people out there usually disagree, but I love to show whenever I mess up an eye look because it's so like realistic. You know what I mean? Because sometimes an eye look looks great in your mind, or like, you know, maybe when you start it out, but then like when you actually take a look at the whole picture, you're like, oh, this is not how I wanted it to be. Sometimes that's, you know, reality. And so I always leave like my mess ups, because I could have completely cut this out and started all over again. Like, I didn't do that. But that's, to me, that's just so unrealistic. I love showing the truth of what I do and what I film and what type of eye looks I create, because I mess up and there's absolutely no shame in that. So we're just going to lay this shade down right here. A very vibrant shade. So I'm just going to kind of be tapping this in. It's very dark. And then I'm also going to slowly blend it out as well. All right, so I'm going to go back into the Philosopher and the Art shade right here. I'm going to kind of mix these two together to help to blend this out even more. It's kind of messy right now. It looks patchy, but I will definitely be cleaning it up. It's just a very bold color. So I just want to make sure that I try to blend this out as best as I can. Okay, so next to that, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Romantique right here. And we're going to place that. This is a beautiful, beautiful like purple blue shade. Let me show you. So pretty. And we're gonna leave that right next to that purple shade. Just right here. Okay, from there, we're gonna go back into the musician shade right here. Let's see if this kind of pulls a little bit more pinky. Hello, pinky next to that. We're gonna go back into the shade. Okay, we're gonna place this right here. And then from there, I'm gonna go into the Poverty shade one more time. Okay, we're gonna put this right here. Okay, so this is how it's looking. I feel like it's definitely looking better than what it was. And if I put up my mirror right here, I don't know if you guys can see the shift between the shadows, but I feel like it definitely looks better than like what it did. I don't know if you guys can see that dual chrome shift. Yeah, look at that. I definitely like this one a lot more than the other one. Not saying the other one was horrible. I feel like this one definitely is just a bit more of what I'm wanting. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. I'm not going to do 2 different eye looks today. I'm just going to do just the one, but I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and then I'm going to come back to do the under eye with you guys, followed by the inner corner and brow bone, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on the Latin Quarter Paris palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Okay, so to finish off the eye look, we're going to go into the shade right here called Tragique. This beautiful like deep blue shade. I'm just gonna lightly, like very, very, very lightly run that underneath my waterline. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna blend it out with like a green shade to like add some dimension to the look. So I'm just gonna lightly place this, like I said, right here. Just right along the waterline. I'm just gonna kind of stamp it in. So, and then I'm gonna blend it out very, very softly. Make a smaller brush. I blend it out very softly with the shade right here called Painter. Right here. It's a beautiful green shade. Softly blend that out. And then I'm also going to take this shade right here called Destiny one more time. And we're going to put that right underneath the waterline one more time. Because it's such a pretty color. I'd like to just use it once more. Very softly. We're going to go into the inner corner. I'm going to go back into this beautiful Love shade right here. For the inner corner, I feel like that'd be so beautiful. Just gonna put this right here. Yes, that's exactly what I was like looking for. That's so pretty. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. I did go into the Glamlite Caramel Churro Lip Kit right here. This is a beautiful, beautiful lip kit. It's just a lip liner and a gloss. Such a beautiful combination. But I want to talk to you guys about the Nomad Latin Quarter Paris palette. So this is the final look right here. I actually think it turned out way better than I originally intended. Don't get me wrong, I did like the first look, but there's something about this I just feel like looks so much better. This palette right here is going to be a beautiful palette mixed of mattes and shimmers and 2 duochromes in here. I will say, is it the most wowing color story? No. But is it fun? Yes, it absolutely is. I love that you're going to have some bright and dark colors in here, kind of like a mix between like day and night. It's really beautiful. I feel like you can do so much with this. Mattes definitely are very pigmented with little fallout, but they blend really easily, and those shimmers just glide on like butter. I really do like how my eye look turned out, and this was so much fun to play with. So this will be available on Monday, January 15th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It does retail for $59. It's not limited edition. You guys can use my code to save 10% off. And like I said, I absolutely do love this brand. They are incredibly sweet. So I'll make sure I list everything more on my face down below along with this palette information. But that, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's video. Guys, we did our first eyeshadow palette review of the year, and I'm so excited. I truly cannot wait to see what 2026 has to offer for us this year. So with that said, besties, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see over here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.